Alright, next question. Beaker was filled to the brim with water. To the brim, that means the water fills up every available space in the beaker. Every available space in the beaker has been filled with the water. Now, some ice cubes. Now, before that, just as a reminder again, water is liquid. It has no definite shape. That means it will follow the shape of the container, but it has a definite volume. That means it cannot be compressed. Now, what this means is that if the water here in the beaker is full, if you add more water or if you put anything else inside the beaker, this water cannot be compressed. It will not allow any other matter to go in, or if you can still force anything into this beaker of water, the water inside will not uh, be will not have space for itself, right? So what we see is that when some ice cubes were added to the beaker of water, as shown in the diagram below, after the ice cubes were added, water overflowed, just like how we said it to be, right? Now remember also that ice cube is a solid. It has a definite shape, all right, and it has a definite volume. That means uh, solid too cannot be compressed. So what happens if we put a solid that cannot be compressed into water that cannot be compressed? Now we know that the ice cube will be inside the water, but the water is already full to the brim. And because the ice cube needs to occupy some space, right? Some of the water will overflow from the top and spill over and wet the floor or wet the table or wherever that beaker is placed. So why did the water overflow when ice cubes were added? Ice cubes can be compressed. We know that ice cube is a solid, so you might want to think about option one, right? We know ice cube is a solid. Ice cube has a definite volume. It cannot be compressed. Option two, ice cubes have a definite shape. That is true. Ice cube is a solid. It has a definite shape. Ice is the solid form of water. Okay, and because it's a solid, it has a definite shape, right? But is that the reason why the water overflow? That is for you to think. Okay, that might not be the reason why the water overflow. Let's look at option three. The ice cubes took up space in the beaker of water. It is true. Solid has a definite volume. So if it takes up space in the beaker, all right, there's only so much space in the beaker. So the water inside also fills up the same space. So when new items are placed, in this case, the ice cubes is placed inside the water, there is not enough space because both of them cannot be compressed. Both of these states, ice and water, cannot be compressed. They all need their own space. All right, and that might have caused the water to overflow. Looking at option four, the ice cube caused the water in the beaker. The ice cube caused the water in the beaker to increase its mass. Uh, we know that water has a definite shape. We know that water has a definite volume and it has mass. But when we put ice cubes inside the water, what happens is the ice cube took up space in the beaker of water, all right, and the water had to, be displaced. But the ice cube caused the water in the beaker to increase in mass. It's not true because the mass of the water in the beaker would remain the same because there's only the same amount of water, same amount of space in the beaker, and it will not increase its mass because when the water flows out, the water that remains in the beaker would remain the same, and therefore the mass would still remain the same. All right, so listen to the video again if you didn't understand what I've just said. All right, you might want to replay the video so that you can listen to it again and again. Okay, if you still don't understand, you can ask me during supplementary and we will go through it one more time. Thank you.